So you've made an icebox in Soulmask. Now you're going to need some ice to actually keep the stuff from decaying. It adds a lot of life to it. Ice is also useful in a couple of cooking recipes, as well as utilizing the cooling table if you live in a hotter environment. Now it is a very arduous journey to actually get the mysterious snow obelisk or teleporter worth the journey, because there's a lot of ice located really close, which we'll go into in a moment. But getting here to begin with, I personally ran up this way from the wetlands all the way and then dipped through here and placed campfires as I went, which I will actually insert a map that is not covered in bog here. But about midway, there's another little lake where you can get ice pretty easily. My campfire there has decayed since I've placed it, but placing some campfires along the way and prepare for death. I use my main character because it's a lot easier to respawn with them than having to reprint your follower and wait the half an hour or whatever. But if you happen to have a tribe mate that has already obtained the obelisk, they can place a campfire nearby. You can spawn on that. They can give you things if you don't have keep loot on death on the server. I happen to, so it's pretty easy. But you are going to also want something to keep you warm, some mods on your armor. I only have chillproof 1 on most of this. I am in iron with some iron gear. It's not the best, but I'm also not planning on fighting much. If you see things, probably run. If you happen to have an ostrich already, which you obtain over in this area, they're really quick, but they don't have a huge amount of inventory space. The llamas generally around here have a lot more space, but they're not quite as quick. You'll outrun most things, and you can actually also acquire snow leopards over here. I have not done that yet, so do not have a video on that yet, but at some point I am sure I will. But enough of my yapping, let's actually go see what this ice looks like. Like I said, there are snow leopards and some dangerous stuff that's going to want to eat you, and a bunch of stuff that won't mess with you unless you mess with them, like mammoths. But there are also horned eagles. I don't have this location unlocked because everything's a bit too crazy for me yet, as I'm running around by myself. If I happen to have a teammate, it'd be a bit easier. There is a horned eagle over there. Also a bear somewhere about. But we're looking for this place. I have been here recently mining ice, so it may or may not have all respawned, but there's generally a lot around the edges. Even if you don't have a huge amount of stuff to keep you warm, you can pick off some of the stuff. Place a campfire, etc. Respawn. See if we can actually find some ice to show you. Get a little bit colder swimming in the water, but you can mine stuff whilst in the water, and keep an eye out for some eagles that are chilling about. Now, you will find ice in the water, but you will also find chunks of it on the land every now and then. Basically, you're looking out for this. It's really good XP. We do have slightly boosted XP on the Sanctum of Cthulhu server. If you want to join, links in the description, but it is still incredibly good XP. You just swim around getting all this, trying to avoid death. You won't drown even if you run out of stamina or you become full. And ice isn't even that heavy, but bringing something like the fried potato bun or some type of other potato buff that will help increase your carry weight in case you don't have keep loot on death and you actually need to leave this place. But for the most part, once here, you're pretty safe from the cats, which are what will really mess you up. The eagles you can avoid by swimming under the water and kind of duping them a bit. If you're a bit strong, you can try and fight them, but they're mostly like level 60 and stuff, so we don't fight them. Although this guy being stuck right now, kind of tempting. Even without boosted harvest rates and iron tools and such, this is incredibly good XP. Even if you have to do a bit of death runs, I highly advise coming and hitting up the ice. You will need a lot of it eventually. And there's just so much of it here. Even if you're on a populated server, the likelihood of it being here is pretty huge. Slowly starting to run out of daylight. It is a bit hard to get up on some of these icebergs, but not impossible. And alternatively, you can find these chunks of ice actually, whoa, let's punch them up on the land. And that's going to give you ice cubes as well. Not to be mistaken with a rock. And do be careful, because there is actually a very aggressive mammoth here who's kind of a boss dude. He might try and wreck me. We'll see. Oh no, the horned eagles stuff. Go over here. You see, there's still so much ice to get, and I'm still alive. I haven't even healed. I could heal and do even better. I have a lot of ice. Don't know how. Killed the horned eagle. That was kind of crazy. Of course, I wasn't recording. There's me hunting score in the end. Poor, of course, it was. Back them up. Oh, I did not even get very many good feathers. That's so sad. But yeah, that's how you come and get ice and avoid most of the crazy shit. I'm back at home super full because keep loot on death. But at least I have jewel blades to get me about a little bit quicker. If you have found this information informative and enjoyable, smash that like button and consider subscribing if you're not already. Pardon the fact that I'm even more nasally than normal. I am super sick at the moment. Do forgive that. Join me on the next video where we'll be getting some more essential resources for Soulmask. And until next time, I hope you have an excellent day, evening, night, morning, or whatever it may be, wherever you may be. Have a good one.